Okay, movie 2, the actual setup. It's going to be a very short movie. So what I'm going to do is show you how to set up this entire movie, okay? And then we're going to go on to the third movie, which is going to be the line movie, and the fourth movie is going to be the adding color movie. And then there may be another one to finish it, okay? So I'm going to minimize that. We're going to click on Illustrator, and I'm going to go to Command N for a new file. I'll call this my demo file. Okay, so we're going to go print, which is going to be in inches. And I'm going to create. And now I'm going to move certain windows to my other screen to get them out of the way. I don't need image trace anymore, but I do want to show larger icons. So I'm going to go to large icon here so we can at least see it. And this one I'll name reference. And as I said in the first movie, whoops, I didn't capitalize that. I won't even be able to sleep tonight. Now I can sleep tonight. So what I want to do is to go get that reference using the place command. Now I don't need this palette over here, but I want you to make sure that you see all the information that comes with the linked file. I do not want to embed the file into the I don't want to embed the memory of the pictures, the amount of the file size into the Adobe Illustrator file. So let's go to File Place, which is Shift Command P or Shift Control P, and let's go to make sure I'm in the student assignment folder, and I'm going to go to the reference folder that I put everything in. So you should assemble your folder in the right way. And in this case, I'm going to get the scan number 2 file here, which is the one that was the Photoshop corrected version. Now I'm going to put it into the middle of the screen. I'll hit the E key and I'll just place it somewhere in the middle of the screen. Now I'm going to open it. Now look at how all the information came in. I should have shown you, as I did that, I'm going to center it better. I should have shown you something, so I'm going to delete it. I just want to do it again because it's not a bad thing. Do make sure that when you click on your image, which is this one, that you definitely have link checked. If you don't have it, it will embed it. So you see how this is a 861K file? If I unclick this, then my Illustrator file automatically starts out at 861K. Do you follow what I'm saying? If I have it selected and I do link it properly, then none of this goes into the Illustrator file, which is very important because too much memory or too much of a file size in Illustrator makes it run very slow, and we don't want that. So let me hit place and do it again. So it's not a bad thing that you saw me do it a couple times. Now, again, let's leave this one right there, and I'm going to leave it selected. As you can see, the radio button is on over here to the right, and I'm going to dim that image to 50%. Now, I'm going to lock it because I really don't need to lock it, but I don't want to touch it yet. So now I'm going to go get the boy image and put it right next to it so I can have something to look at when I need to do this. You don't have to put yours here, but I'm going to put mine there. So I'm going to go get the reference of the boy. And I'm going to make sure link is selected and click. Now I'm going to click him in here, and then I'm going to hit the E key and just make him about the right size. I'm not tracing from him. I'm just having him over here to this size, and I'll just kind of maneuver him. I'm going to lower his opacity temporarily so I can look through him. And look, now I can look through him and just kind of place him next to my guy, just to get the right height. Now I'm going to hold the Shift key. I have to hold the Shift key if I'm going to resize them. And now the shoe's about the right thing and the head's about the right thing. So now let me just put them over to the side, just like that. Okay, now let me put this back up at 100%. Now I'm going to save the file. I need to move it over a little bit more. Now I need to save the file. Okay, so I'm going to go to the direct select tool so I can click away from that. And now I have the boy image in there, but I want to save it to that folder. So I'll hit Command S to save, and it's going to go right into my student assignment folder, and I'll call it Brian Demo _ character art. And I'll even put a number 1 because I'm going to have to save it a few times, and I'll tell you why later. But I'm going to make sure it's Adobe Illustrator file, it's saved correctly, the .ai is there, and I'm saving. Now over here, for the time being, I'm going to leave Create PDF File on, just for the time being, okay? That'll make it run a little slower. Now I want to put the dog image over here to the side. So let's go get, now click away from everything, and let's go get the dog image. So you, whatever images you need, go get. So I'm going to now put the dog image in. And let's now size the dog down. So I'm going to get close on this, hit the E key, and I'm going to show you how to make a clipping mask so that I can get the dog image close enough to the dog. Now first let's just, I don't know why I'm doing this, but let's just put it at 50% so I can put the dog over the dog. I'll even put it at less. I'll put it at like 20% or 25%. Now I can see the dog through there. Let me just resize the head in about the right place. Wow, I was really close. So let me go to the E key and let's go a little smaller. That's about right. Now let's put this off to the side. Now I'm going to show you how to do a clipping mask, which is really cool because you can see the corner is covering up my dog back here. See? So what I'm going to do is to this dog file, see this right over here? I'm going to take the pen tool and I'm going to do a very quick pen around this dog. A real quick pen. I don't need the fill on. The fill means nothing. So I'm just going to pen out a really quick little path, bigger than the dog, but not very bigger. So I'm just clicking straight lines. I don't care how curved they are or anything. So let's go like this. Let's go around the dog. There. Now I'll come up here. I'll go over here and I'll close the shape. Now, with that path above the picture, shift click or command click or control click on both circles right there. Okay. Let's go to Object, Create Clipping Mask, Make. All right, and now it makes a clipping mask inside. So what I should do is move it a little up and over. So now the clip group is the new group. So I select it all, hit the E key, and let's just move this over just a little bit to get the tail out of the way. I'm not working on the tail right this second, so I'll leave the dog right there. I'm going to show you something else. I'm now going to just click on the clipping path. You see that? I just clicked on the circle for the clipping path. Now let me zoom in and take the P key, and I'm going to minus these points where the tail was. I missed minusing. So let's go minus that point. Let's go minus this point for now, and let's minus this point. I can always go like this and add a point. Look at that. And now I can actually hold the, I can go to the A key, grab that point and move it out. Okay, but I don't want to do that yet. I just want to leave it like that. Now I have the dog next to the dog, the boy next to the boy, and I want the ball. Where about I want the ball? Now I'm going to have to draw the ball myself. So that's perfectly fine with me. So let's close this and click away from everything with the direct select tool, and let's go get Object. File, Place, which is Shift Command P, and let's get the tennis ball. And let's put the tennis ball into place. That's just a little large, so let's hold the Shift key and put the tennis ball just kind of over by where I'm going to want the tennis ball to be and about the size I want the tennis ball. So we'll leave it right about here, and I'll make it smaller later. So that is it. That is how I want my file set up. I want my tracing layer, my tracing JPEG, that, and I will remind you that I got, let me minimize this. I took the tracing that I had made by hand, which was this tracing right here. You remember the one with the tape on it? And I scanned it in, okay, or I took a shot with my phone. Then I brought it into Photoshop and I made this one out of it. Now you can see how clean it is. Then I just placed it into my picture, into my Illustrator file. So I am ready to go. Now I'm going to make a new layer. That layer is going to be called line. Now I have the line layer. So I'm going to lock up the reference layer. Notice I did that. And I'm ready to go on the line layer, and I'm going to start to draw all my lines. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the other file and I'm going to bring over my line, but I'm going to actually start drawing the way that I wanted to, but I'm only going to draw for a little bit. Okay, and then because once you draw 4 or 5 lines, you can get the feel of what I want to do. And remember that I will have this file. Let me see if it's still in open recent. Let me see if I will have this file right here. And you can see how this student actually drew their lines. Remember, this was them and this was their sketch. And this is how they actually did all their lines. So if I go in here, they're not as organized as I was. Okay, so their line isn't separated from the elements, which is all right, I guess. But I have, they have their character and they have their sketch. So I'm going to close that and not save it. Here's the not save window. And now please go on to, just a minute, let me close it. Please go on to the third movie, which is going to now do the lines. Thank you.